Hey everybody, Randy with Rashley's Barbecue, and today we're going to be doing a ribeye steak out on the Yoder YS640, and then we're going to finish it on the Blackstone Griddle. So it'll be a reverse sear. We'll sear it on the Blackstone. We're using 214 and 956, some of both from TexQ Rubs on this ribeye. Got the grill warming up outside. We'll see y'all out there. It's already rubbed. We're just letting it kind of come up to room temperature, see outside. Hey everyone, Randy with Rashley's Barbecue. One of my subscribers this morning asked for an update on my Yoder YS640. I did a how and why I bought certain option video sometime back, and they wanted an update on how things are going. Well, for the most part, everything's going wonderful. Cooks well, really like it, holds heat well. The major problems I've had with it so far have been the thermocouple. I replaced it twice. I have not had to replace the igniter yet. That's about it, other than paint issues, which a lot of people are having. But you look at a lot of the competition smokers out there, wood-fired smokers, the whole firebox is solid rust, and most of the pit is covered in rust. Some of the competition cookers have real fancy powder-coated nice paint, but there's a lot of them out there that are just really rusty, but they turn out competition winning barbecue. Paint doesn't make barbecue. So let's take a look at it, and then we're going to throw a steak on that y'all saw me seasoning, or I explained we're going to do a reverse sear. We're going to start it on the Yoder, and then we're going to finish it on the Blackstone Griddle. Let's take a look at the grill. One of the places the Yoders are rusting is right down here where the grease drips out and down the front of the Yoder and around the lid. You can see I've got a lot of rust right there in that corner. It's also rusting around the lid. You can see right there. And it's not real visible, but right along the hinge line in the back. So basically all around the perimeter, not actually on the lid itself always, but some of it's on the body. The competition cart, although it's got grease on it, it must be a different type of paint, obviously, because it's not rusting. On the inside, you can see there's a good bit of grease on the diffuser plate because I don't run foil. I just, after it gets a certain amount of buildup, I take it out, scrape it clean, and put it back in. Up here on the lid, you can see the creosote is built up. There's a couple of spots. I don't know how well they'll show up. I'll point it out. Here, here, where the seasoning or the coating is starting to peel a little bit. One of these days I'll scrape it, spray it with oil again, and re-season it. But for now, it's still cooking wonderful. Now all of this rust we're talking about is surface rust. At the rate it's rusting right now, it's about 2 years old. The rust is not going to become serious enough to affect structural integrity for 30 years or so, as long as I keep it covered and try to keep it fairly dry. As I say, I've replaced the thermocouple twice. I try to keep a spare thermocouple on hand. And major repairs, that's really about it. So that's my 2-year update. If y'all are thinking about getting one, I suggest you go ahead and do it, because rust is strictly cosmetic to me. It's not a structural issue, and if a person wanted to, they could sandblast it and have it powder coated, but that's not going to make it cook any different. All right, guys, let's get on with the steak. We got about an 18-ounce, 20-ounce prime ribeye here, bone out. It's from the HEB, which is our local grocer, from their butcher counter out of their prime section. You can't see it because it's coated pretty well with seasoning, but it's got some real nice marbling in it. We're going to cook it on the top shelf of the Yoder. I've already got a thermometer probe stuck into the middle of it. We're going to take it up to about 125, 130. Then we'll pull it and put it on the Blackstone Griddle to sear off the outside. I'm going to wait to fire up the Blackstone because it won't take it long to heat up. When our steak reaches the temperature we want, we'll pull it and let it rest while the Blackstone heats up. And then we'll sear it, take it inside, and give it a test. Stick around. The grill's running about 260, 270. I've got the steak up on the top shelf, and we're at 135 internal temperature. I asked the wife if she wanted some of the steak. She said yeah, so instead of medium rare, we're going to take it up to medium, which is 145. So I'm going to let it get between right around 140, then we'll let it rest and sear it off on the Blackstone. All right, there we are, we're at 140. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it, tin it with some foil, and let it rest. Quick check with the ThermalWorks Thermopop just to make sure. Yep, we're there. We're good. And I'm going to go warm up the Blackstone. It's pretty warm. We're just going to give it a shot of water and wipe it off, kind of finish up the cleanup. Be careful, that steam is hot, hot, hot. We're going to be using Butcher's Barbecue grilling oil. It's one of those no refrigeration needed products. We want it good and hot to sear that steak because we want to sear it as quickly as possible so we don't make a thick layer of gray on the inside of the steak. So you can see, hope it's showing, the oil starting to smoke, so we're just about there. Smells good. Combination of Tex-Q 214956 rubs. We're not going to move it around. We're going to let it sear real good on that side. Probably 2.5 minutes, then we'll flip it. Going to oil up a new area of the grill, so when we flip it, we're going to move it to a nice hot area of the grill. That's been about 2 minutes. Let's flip it and catch the other side. All right, we're coming up on 1.5 minutes on that other side. Let's flip it one more time just to get a look at the other side. Good enough for me. I'm going to take it off. All right, let's see what we got here. Medium, medium well. Yep. Let's get a taste to see what we've got. Man, that is good. Pulls apart almost as tender as brisket.
My question is, who are we talking about?
Taste that.
Very tasty.
So there you go. Steak cooked on the Yoder YS640. Seared off on the Blackstone Griddle. Came out juicy. It's a little past medium done or around medium, but it's still juicy. That's the key. Reverse sear works every time. As for the Yoder update, you can see it still cooks well, works great. It held my temperatures nice and steady. We used lumberjack pecan pellets for this smoke, and it was just, you know, what can I say? It does the job. Only drawback is the paint issue that it has. But like I say, paint doesn't make barbecue. The Yoder works. I mean, there are other pits that work probably just as well, but I really like it, and I wouldn't trade it even with a paint issue. So thanks for tuning in. I hope that answers your questions. We'll catch y'all later on down the road with Rashley's Barbecue. Click like, subscribe, share with your friends. Thanks for joining us.